Yeah, I'm back. It's time for talk about another horror franchise that's actually pretty big. It's the Purge franchise. So yeah, let's start with the Purge, released by Universal Pictures, June 7th, 2013, starring Ethan Hawke and Laura Headey. It was produced by Jason Blum and Michael Bay, and it was written and directed by Jason DeMonico, who would later go on to do the sequel to Purge Anarchy and the Purge Election Year. He'd write and direct both of those, and he'd also go on to write the first Purge, the fourth one in the franchise. So I'm gonna be covering all those. So yeah. He's also known for doing like State Island and Assault on Precinct 13. And there's also rumors of him doing. He's also apparently involved with the new Purge, the Purge Forever, the Forever Purge, or the Purge Forever, however they call it. So that's supposed to come out later this year. The Purge had a budget of $3 million and it made over $89.3 million. So at the box office when it was released. So yeah, it's quite a big franchise now, like especially nowadays, like in the States and everything at Universal Studios. Part of their Halloween Horror Nights, they always have like a Purge scare zone or a house, things like that. It's pretty big, iconic franchise now. So yeah, but if you're not familiar with it, The Purge is basically a home invasion film with a unique like little take on it. You follow a rich family, Ethan Hawke and what's her name, Lena Headey or Hardy or whatever. They're husband and wife, and they basically have these two kids, and they're living in takes place in 2022, so next year. Takes place in the future a bit, where the U.S. government has come up with this holiday where for 12 hours all crimes legal, including murder, and you can use any weapons you want up to like level 4 or whatever, and it's up to the families to survive. It's up to some people take part in the Purge, other people don't, and they invest in big security systems and stuff, board up their house to like fend off the Purge, and so they can live a normal life once a year for this one. So yeah, but as things progress in the story, it starts off like your normal time, normal family, and then once it comes to set up for the Purge, they get set up. And once it starts, the younger guy have a more younger character, this younger son has a more of a human emotion sort of thing, where he sees a guy getting tormented and screaming for help and stuff, and just those typical human emotions take over, and he opens up the house to allow him in, and then problems start arising. So, and also there's some other factors with the daughter and stuff where problems arise, and soon it becomes more of a home invasion flick, and it just brutality ensues and things go on. This film, I've always seen each Purge film once prior to like talking about it, so I rewatched this again the other night, and so when I first saw it, I thought it was a pretty decent film, pretty cool concept and everything. It's just the way they did it. Like I understand they had like a minimal but like a pretty low budget, because that's how Blumhouse does it, and this is a Blumhouse production, and for it they really grounded it to one setting, and you get your typical home invasion, but with this legalized crime aspects, and then once it's done, everything just like goes back to normal and stuff. So I really like the concept of the ideas of this. The characters need to be way more fleshed out, though. I thought most of them, it's stupid decision after stupid decision. Some of it is just so happens to be integral to the plot, but overall, most like the kids are mainly just to help progress the plot along, which makes it, and then it's just dumb decision after dumb decision. Majority of people would stick together if they're not part of it, And this one, they always split up and try to like figure things out that way and do everything the opposite way that most people would. And yeah, the violence, and there is some creepy aspects, like slight horror elements to it, where it adds a cool dynamic to the film. But overall, it's your typical home invasion flick, and it's very for I do got to give it props though, because it does take your home invasion flick and make it a little more interesting and adding some new elements to it, which is hard to do. But yeah, for what it is, it's not bad. The acting is pretty decent in it, and but I don't get how it became such a big phenomenon and stuff. Like I remember when this first came out, it was like a huge groundbreaking picture and stuff. But overall, after going back and looking at it, it's just like it's just a violent mess. It's sort of like You're Next and stuff. It's very similar to that, just with like crime legal in this one for 12 hours. And yeah, with a whole pile of dumb decisions and with some cool, creepy imagery mixed in, it makes it for a fun, interesting little popcorn flick, a fun ride. But overall, most characters are just too dumbed down for me. Like, most people would not think like that or would not do that in reality. Where this one is just integral plot points and it helps progress it. And yeah, it's just kind of pointless for those characters to be there. The looks good and everything like that, but yeah, but if you don't have like a really grounded story, like it has a good concept, they just didn't execute it as well as they should have, which hopefully they fix in the sequels, which I think, if I remember correctly, they somewhat do. So yeah, but for what it's worth, it's still interesting and amusing if you haven't seen it before or haven't really watched it very often like I have. It was good going back and enjoying that aspect of it. And yeah, overall, like I know a lot of people like wish that like this could actually happen and stuff, but society in Canada, US, none of them are ever gonna do something like this. That's why it's a movie. But yeah, it's a cool concept. They just need to work it out and tweak it out to be shit really good. But it spawned a franchise, so sequels should make it a little bit better. But I did like the spooky elements of it, and the violence is cool. But it did seem kind of played out a little too long to kind of build the suspense a bit. But then you kind of get bored with it too. So yeah. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I'm not a huge fan of this film, like most of my friends are and other people are. But yeah. But for what it's worth, I still think it's a decent, fun little ride to watch every once in a while. And if you haven't seen it and you like home invasion flicks, it's definitely one you should check out. So, with all that, I'm going to give this one a 2.5 out of 5. It's on the fence. It's typical, but a lot of dumb decisions mixed in. So, yeah, that's what I think of The Purge. Needs quite a bit of work, but if hopefully the sequels kind of tackle the problems with this one and make it a little more cohesive and more interesting and stuff. But we'll see. So, yeah, 2.5 out of 5 for me. Definitely, if you haven't seen it, there's a channel link down below, so you check that out. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. It's always linked down below, where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story, so make sure you follow me there. And I usually add the film title and a hashtag and put the subgenre of film in there in case it's something you're not interested in. Like, if you don't like home invasion films, then you at least know that I'm going to talk about a home invasion film in the future. So, yeah, just to be nice. So make sure you follow me on Instagram to stay in the loop. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it. Comment your opinion of The Purge down below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on it. Also, comment your favorite Purge film from the franchise down below, or if you're excited for the new one, let me know what your thoughts and favorite films are. And also, if you have any films at all, whether horror or any type of film at all that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below. I'll try to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And also, make sure you subscribe, because usually you never know what I'm going to talk about next. So I know the next few are probably going to be the Purge sequels, but who knows what I'm going to go off and talk about next. Maybe I hope you find something that you never think of expecting to check out. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, and I guess I'll see you on this next one, which probably would be the Purge Anarchy, which is the second one. So, yeah, but till then, make sure you keep all your windows and doors locked. Don't let these young kids who think the Purge is real come and terrorize you. And until the next one, cheers.